Okay, so I'm Dave Ebon. I'm talking about memory reconsolidation and just how does that work. So the idea in memory reconsolidation is that you have to activate the stressors. We get activated by stressors every day in life. And if you wanted to try this on your own, you could try. You could encounter a stressor, encounter a moment where you really find yourself going down a rabbit hole. Then what you do is you wait about 10 minutes because that's what it takes to get the reconsolidation window open. And you might distract yourself by looking at cat videos for about 10 minutes. Then what you do is you go and you think again about this distressing imagery or this distressing episode. So you run that through in your head and you do eye movements. You get yourself worked up a little bit. Then you switch, you use eye movements again to bring your body back down. And then you go back and you again run through that same difficult imagery. Again, you work yourself up, maybe not quite as much this time. Then you use eye movements and you settle your body back down. Again, you go back to your stressor, your stress memory, and you think about it some more. You run through it in your head, and again, you're doing eye movements, and you observe, well, what's the level of arousal or activation that time? And typically, it'll start coming down. So then you do eye movements, you reinforce this new level of awareness, and then you go back and you run through your episode again. And you do eye movements and you check to see is there still any kind of activation left. And once again, you use eye movements to settle whatever remaining sensations there are. By this point, the level of activation is pretty low. You're doing the eye movements and you're reimagining handling the episode in the way that you would have wanted. So for example, if it's some kind of, stressful thought that you're having and your mind is really going down that rabbit hole, you can imagine that you are able to pull yourself out of the rabbit hole, or you are able to imagine that there's a safety net partway down the rabbit hole so you don't go all the way down, or you imagine that you don't even go near the rabbit hole. You see the rabbit hole, there it is, and you decide, no, I'm going to walk around it, and you do that. Or you just simply imagine yourself handling the situation without having the kind of concern that you're accustomed to having. So these are just some ideas on how you might experiment with memory reconsolidation on your own and change how your body responds to fear.